Hello, friends. Welcome back to Trevor's Ghost Journal, Volume 1, The Search for Headless Burt Marshall, Entry 5, Perspective. I would like to take today's preamble to speak on perspective. My goal here is to try to understand the perspective of a group of people through a specific story. I'm doing this by asking questions. And honestly, I'm not really looking for answers. I'm looking for more questions. I don't think that there are definite answers to be found, especially when you're researching the morals and ethics of a group of people. That is, by its very nature, a subjective subject. And I don't think that there are any objective answers to be found here. That, and I really am just an idiot with a cell phone asking questions. The fact that I mostly only ever ask questions mainly has to do with the fact that I'm not great at finding answers. But that doesn't make me an impartial or objective observer here. My perspective is colored by my own background. And I feel like before we start exploring the ethics and perspectives of a different culture, maybe we should examine the person asking the questions. Maybe we should ask, what is the subtext? What am I trying to say? Where do these questions I'm asking lead the viewer? How does my background affect my investigation? And I don't really know. I think that part of doing this, making this journal, is an attempt to see if an answer to that question emerges. Answer to those questions. I think maybe I'm trying to get a better understanding of my own perspective, my own point of view, by trying to understand the points of view of other people. I do have the results of that interview with my friend, and some research, and what it seems to boil down to Wow. I'll give you that laundry list in a moment, but really, I just want to make sure that before we start invasively searching through the rich history of another culture, we ask, why are we doing this? I don't know yet. We'll find out together, hopefully. So, yes, on to the, enough with the pre-ramble. On to the information I have to share that has led me to ask another question or two. It seems to me, from what my friend said, and from what I've found in research, some of that research might have been watching The Last of the Summer Wine over and over and over again. The North Yorkshire person seems to value self-reliance and a strong work ethic. A lot of their ideals seem to be shaped by the landscape that they live in, a very hilly, rural, rough landscape. I mean, north of here by quite a bit. It's easy to forget how far down the hemisphere Virginia is until you take a moment to think about how much further up the hemisphere other places are. So back to the values of the North Yorkshire person. There doesn't seem to be a lot of diversity in the area. It's been in the hands of the same families for generations upon generations upon generations. The farms and the industries of the area, fishing industries on the coast, are pretty much family owned and passed down from one generation to another. My friend pointed out that summertime along the coast, especially in Scarborough, is quite touristy. There's quite a good tourist trade in and around Scarborough in the summer. And lots of pets. I like pets. The rugged terrain of the area also apparently lends itself to people who have an aesthetic appreciation of that. Apparently, it's not unheard of for a person from North Yorkshire to take a moment to appreciate their surroundings. my friend has sent me pictures of the area, and it is beautiful. I am really looking forward to seeing it in person. I mean, I'm blessed because I also live in an incredibly beautiful area, but I'm always eager to see another beautiful area. So, back to this, not very diverse population. Charity is apparently held in very high regard. And apparently I don't know if this carries to the individuals, but the municipalities seem to be very welcoming of immigrants in the area. There's a modest Afghan Muslim population, along with a modest Ukrainian community. Apparently, some of them are refugees from awful situations. I wonder what new and informative perspectives these immigrant communities are able to bring to their local areas that they've come to rest at. I wonder what the individual perspectives are. But I don't know that that entirely has anything to do with the story that we are researching. Much like, apparently, a lot of pubs and inns have closed due to austerity measures and the global pandemic that has plagued us all. I had to take a moment to figure out if I wanted to say it that way, but then I realized I'm not worried about getting demonetized. I plan to stay unmonetized and stay punk. So, due to these closures, though, there has been a rise in cafe culture. And that seems to me to point to a valuation of sobriety, which does seem to tie into our story just a little bit. Or does it? I think it does. I asked my friend about the community's relationship to religion because, well, if you want to find out about a community's ethics and morals, a lot of times the religion is where you're going to find it. And my friend said that It's very Christian, but there's more casual relationship with religion. It's a very conservative area, but I believe there's a bit of individualism in their worship practices. I don't know. I don't know. Death Kitty decided to eat during taping, and she just threw some food at me for talking during her dinner. So if you hear crunching, that is Death Kitty consuming the bones of her fallen foes. Yes, casual relationship with religion. A deep relationship, but casual, which apparently leads to less fundamentalist behavior. My friend also pointed out British Reserve, the aloofness of the British people seems to be a valued personality trait across the entire spectrum. But I think this is also a good time to point out that no culture is a monolith, and that individuals in every culture will vary greatly. I think it's also important to point out that these forays into examining their perspective can't be considered as a proxy for their perspective. Which, I think means when I go, I need to ask for people's opinions. I'm gonna try not to take up too much of my time visiting my friend with interviews for this piece. But I think it is important that I get a range of perspectives. It is time to start narrowing our search in some ways. It's time to start asking the question of how do these ethics and perspectives that I've discussed, how do those relate to the story of Headless Bird? And I believe that that is where I will pick up next entry. Thank you, friends, for joining me on this investigation. I appreciate your patience with me while I stumble through figuring out what the ever-living heck I'm doing here. Thank you very much, and have a good evening, friends.